Bro, I hate rappers.
Artist of the week. I had an artist of the week actually. Happened last night last night. We're recording this on a Monday. On Sunday, I do a radio show called The Stamp on Z1079 where we play nothing but underground and up and coming artists from the Cleveland and Ohio area specifically. And I've played a lot of Westside. I played a lot of everyone. But what's crazy is I got a DM last night at about 11. The show ended at 11, and the guy said, "Hey, thank you so much for playing my song. I didn't even know you were gonna play it." I was like, "Oh yeah, no problem. Cool." End of the interaction. Afterwards, I went back on his profile. I was like, "Where did I know this guy from?" So I scrolled up to the top, and about a year ago, he said, "Hey, how much for radio play?" And for those of you that don't know, it's illegal to purchase radio play. It's called Payola, and if anyone tells you otherwise, they're lying, and you and them can get fined or potentially go to jail for violation of FCC guidelines or whatever. So, and I told him in the DMs, I said, "Hey, you can't pay for radio play." And what's crazy is I told him, "Hey, you can't pay for radio play, but if your music's good enough, you'll be in my rotation in the future. I'll make sure you get played." Cool. 2 years later, I didn't even realize that we had that conversation. A year and a half, 2 years later, whatever. I played a song just randomly, and it was a cool full circle moment. So that's Payola in a nutshell. And don't ever pay for radio play. You can pay for other types of avenues such as podcasts. You can pay for club promotions all you want. There's apps out there actually that you can pay DJs to spin your music in the clubs all over the world. So
yeah, and if you do pay radio DJs to do non-radio stuff,
mm-hmm.
there's probably going to be a higher chance that you are spun on the radio. Just though that's out there, so if that situation's out there, don't attack him in the comments saying that he's lying. Just so that's made clear.
Yeah,
like, not supposed to be paid for radio play.
Yeah, so you can't pay for radio play. There's actually there's like a firm line, and just as a personal rule of thumb. So like for example, I clean up music, and make like cleanuts and stuff like that, and I charge X amount of dollars to do so. And a lot of the times, the songs that I clean up and I charge people to clean up, I don't even consider them for rotations. Now, it's not me taking it out of consideration. I consider it the same amount as everything else. It's just that once you get in that gray area, it's so quick that what I've worked so hard for or what you've worked so hard for could come down on a technicality. So
yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, but there's people out there that'll tell you, hey, you can pay and whatever, and they'll take your money. Mm-hmm. And sure, it could be fine for the moment, but in the long run, they or you could get in trouble for something that you didn't even know existed. So just stay away from that. But I just thought that was cool, full circle moment. So
full circle,
yeah.
You got one more topic for us?
Those were my two. I can think of one unless you have some.
I don't really have anything except for the show stuff.
Yeah,
happen.
So yeah,
you can pay to get on our podcast.
Yeah, and that is something that you can do legally and business wise. It's smart to invest in yourself, and whether that's through advertisements or through this or that. And one way to do it is by doing podcast appearances like this. So
the reason that I bring that up is to dive a little bit deeper into why you should pay to get on our podcast or a podcast or for just social media clips in general. So currently we're paying about $30 to $50 a month in editing. So we have a couple episodes come in. We charge, whatever we charge. DM us if you want to know. And from there, we're able to edit our podcast. We're able to pay back the camera, pay back whatever equipment, which, I mean, dude, it would really take us 2 episodes a week for the entire year to pay back for our entire setup.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So don't think that we're rolling in the dough from these episodes. We're really not. We're investing for the future. So from there, as an artist, it's good to get on because then you have long form content, somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes. Then you also get social media clips from us. So you'll get collab posted with our page, and you would get, I want to say, at minimum 5 clips, at maximum 10 clips in that range, just depending on how our software edits our stuff, how our editors edit our stuff, how I edit our stuff, how Zach edits our stuff, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So from there, main thing, with that is that you get the opportunity to have 10 extra posts that you wouldn't have had before. for a generally low price, posted onto a platform that is respected enough to get onto the red carpet of the Ohio Entertainment Awards, which I know isn't saying all that crazy much because, it's like, like you're doing red carpet work. People do TikToks like that all the time. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Well, it is because we are respected by our peers. So you get onto a platform that's kind of verified by at least the community that they're in. And then from there, you get to come and have fun.
Yeah, and you're ultimately it's the same thing as paying for a photo shoot, like
or a music video.
Like, I go out and pay for my social content when I need a photo shoot done or this or that. So it's another investment, and I'm not sitting here advertising us. I mean, I am, but like I'm advertising to invest in yourself, period. Whether it's this podcast or another, there's people out there there's podcasts all over that you can pay to be on and get in front of their platform. And I'm sure you guys as listeners and avid watchers of this podcast would like to see people that want to invest in themselves and want to put their money and time where their mouth is. So rather than someone who doesn't. So if there's someone out there that's not willing to put the time and effort, and not necessarily money, but money as well, behind what they're saying, do they really care? And if someone's willing to do all that and come on here and be in front of y'all and care enough to pay to be in front of y'all, like, they do care. So
I'm 100% promoting everybody to get onto our podcast and pay us for sure, no matter what.
Yeah.
But the message still stays the same, regardless of whether it is our podcast or not, or if it is the podcast form of media or something else. Everything I said can be translated into anybody else's podcast or their business, and it's just something that you kind of want to look into more. Each time you're with somebody within their, like making a deal, every time you're with somebody making a deal, basically you just want to make sure you know the full scope of things. That's what we offer. I think it's a pretty good deal. I think it's a pretty good amount of things that come with the deal. And I think that there are other podcasts out there that are going to offer way less, but there are also some other podcasts that are going to offer more. There are also some other content creators that are going to offer, the same amount of content or more for a reasonable price at minimum, and there's going to be a lot that try and wax the hell out of you. So just be wary about that. Invest in yourself, get on these things, post these social clips, flood your socials with promotional things about you as an artist. If you're going to be dropping a single, get a podcast run going, get a music video, get some snippets to the song, do the whole nine, go hard at it. And I think we should just wrap it up there. I feel like that's a good message to end off on.
Yeah. And also the message of I hate rappers.
And I love artists.
See you.
Bye.